Hey everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. My name is Ashton. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about a list of things you can do to really love your transgender body. I preach and talk on this channel about all the ways that I've come to love my body as it is, as a transgender body right here in this moment. But let's talk about some concrete tips that you can actually implement in your life that no matter where you are in your transition, no matter where you are in your journey, you can begin to slowly start loving your body regardless of whether there's things you want to change. These are all things that I actually do. The first thing is stop looking in the mirror as much. When I first started transitioning, I would stare in the mirror for almost hours at a time and count little mustache hairs, look at my hips and how everything's redistributing. There's been studies that have shown the longer that you stare in the mirror, the more distorted your body perception is. When you're staring in the mirror, you're most likely judging the things, all the things you would want to change. The second that I removed that long, full-length mirror from the back of my bathroom door, and I just have this like chest up, I can brush my teeth in the mirror and all that, but I don't have this full body mirror that I'm judging my whole body in and everything like that all the time. It distorts your whole image and completely warps your perception of how you look and how you feel about yourself just by staring in the mirror. In the trans community, a lot of the time we're told narratives that we're not allowed to love our bodies, we're not allowed to like our bodies as they are. And for me, I've written a love letter to my body at multiple points in my transition, because regardless of the fact that I want to change things about my body, there's things today that I've wanted to change about my body, but I've written a love letter, a letter saying, hey, I love you for everything you are, I forgive you for everything that you could have been or weren't or aren't, and I embrace you for all the things that you're going to be, and I forgive you for the things that maybe you're never gonna be, and that's okay. And sending forgiveness and love and compassion to your body right now, as it is, you as a trans person, you're allowed to. You're allowed to. Don't let the narrative of cis society and everybody telling you that you have to hate your body. You can love your body and want to change it. Let that just sink in for a second. Take that for a moment. You can love your body right now as it is and also want to change it and make changes. Doesn't contradict itself. It may sound like it, but you're allowed to write a love letter for your body right now and tell you all the things, the fact that you're breathing, you're here, you have skin, you can move, you can go on a walk, maybe you can pet a dog, you can see if you can see, if you can hear, if you can hear, if you can taste things, if you can touch things, if you can love other people, if you can feel that in your body. Those are so many amazing things that you as an individual can be grateful for right in this moment. And then also, it helps prepare your body emotionally for all the beautiful changes that you want to see take place in the future. And it prepares yourself to hold that space, so you'll just get more out of the changes in the future if you can love your body as it is right now, regardless of whether you want to change things in the future. The next tip is dance. Dance. Even if you can't feel like you can dance, just freaking dance. Dance in your room by yourself, alone. Just put on some music and just let your body take over and just move your body like this. Just dance. Just be in your body as it is, totally non-judgment, just let it flow and just freaking dance, and you'll feel so much better. Seriously, instantly. Something that I do that has revolutionized how I feel about my body is meditation. A lot of people think meditation is about clearing your mind, about having no thoughts at all. Meditation is actually about being the non-judgmental witness and observer of your thoughts. So if you're sitting and you're just using your breath as an anchor and you're breathing and you're just feeling the whole sensation of the breath going into your body, and you're just sitting back and you're just observing, how does my body feel right now? Is there anything about my body that's tight, or do I have tension that I'm holding anywhere in my body? Just watching the breath, counting the breath, being aware of the thoughts that you have. If you're really stressed out and there's a lot of thoughts that are just flowing through your mind about all the things that you have to do or things you want to change about your body because you're not allowed to be present in your body, you're just breathing and counting your breath and being a witness to those thoughts. You're just taking note. You're saying, hey, it sounds like I'm a little stressed out today. Hey, it sounds like there's some things about my body that I want to change right today. And just becoming aware and putting up that separation and making space for the fact that you're just aware of those thoughts. A lot of the times we run through life and we never take time to sit back and just see our thoughts as thoughts, and we think that we are our thoughts, and we're really not. And meditation gives us that separation and space between who we are as people and our thoughts. And a lot of the times the thoughts that we have about our bodies, they're not really how we feel about who we are, and we can sit back and be present in our bodies by just anchoring ourselves in the motion of breathing. And you find, especially as a transgender person, like I said, you're not allowed to be present in your body. Meditation allows you to be that non-judgmental witness present in your body and just aware of the fact. Like when I sit in my body and I'm present and I'm breathing and I'm meditating and I know that there's things that I want to change about my body, I just observe that thought. I just observe that thought and sit with it and ride out whatever feelings that come up, as scary as they may be, and knowing that I'm not those thoughts. I just am a person that feels that way, and that's okay. That's just where I am right now, and it gives me a lot of forgiveness and a lot of compassion for just where I am. Yoga is like moving meditation. So if sitting with your thoughts, if that's right now you're not there yet, moving and breathing and becoming a witness of how you feel about your body as you move. Yoga has taught me that I can be patient with my body, that there's maybe one side of my hips is tighter than the other side, and I just have to be compassionate for whatever my body is doing that day. If there's a stretch I can't do, if there's a pose I can't do when I'm in a yoga class, it humbles me, and I just have to know I'll get there. I'm not where that other person is, maybe in the class that's bending over backwards and all that stuff, and that's okay. It's just where my body is right now, and that's why yoga has been so profound for me. It's so humbling. It's just being patient with your body and connecting with your body in new ways. And there's so many ways to do that, and yoga provides the space to just become aware of all the different beautiful things that your body can do, regardless of whether you have goals in the future of moving towards a new body. Another thing is the fact that trauma is stored in the body. For myself and a lot of other trans people, we store a lot of tension in our hips, and I know for myself, I store a lot of tension here because I used to wear a binder. Doing yoga and aware of the trauma and the tension that is stored in your body, and this energetic body, it's real. And there's ways like to release tension in my lower back and stuff like that. I take lacrosse balls and I put them in a sock. Yeah, you can laugh all you want about what this looks like, but I have the two lacrosse balls here, and they're really firm. But I lay on my back and I like roll these over the really tight places on my back. I lay and put my full body weight over these and slowly move them as I feel my body release, and I'm breathing and I'm telling my subconscious body and making connections with my nervous system that I'm allowed to release those muscles. And so you can lay on some like tennis balls or lacrosse balls and stuff like that, and just little by little releasing tension in places that you hold tension and trauma in your body. We ignore this mind-body connection, and trans people really ignore this mind-body connection because we're not taught, or we're taught the narrative opposite of that, which we have to disconnect from our body in order to survive. But I want to radicalize that and revolutionize that you can be a trans person, be present in your body, be safe in your body, and also want to change your body at the same time. You can care for yourself through this whole entire transition process at every single step. And cis society tells you that this process has to be painful, and in a lot of ways it is, but it's because cis society doesn't support us in this beautiful transformation process. It's not because there's anything wrong with you or anything wrong with your body. It's that we need more support from other people through this process. And so the ways that you can support yourself are doing what I'm telling you in this video, which is being mindful, releasing stress, tension in your body, really doing these things, writing a love letter to your body, unfollowing people on Instagram that you compare yourself to, not looking in the mirror as much as you do, because all you're doing is telling yourself all the things that you hate and that you want to change about your body. I just remembered something else. When I get out of the shower and I'm totally naked, out of self-care, I just put lotion on my whole body. And I get really in tune and in touch with my body, and it is so soothing, and it's like telling my body I love every single inch of it, regardless of where it is, and you know, it gives me space to touch every inch of my body, you know, even the parts that I am challenged by, and I make that space by just making it a routine. Every single time I get out of the shower, I care for my body in that way. It's doing something loving for my skin, and it's also giving me a space to... Do you hear that dog? It's also giving me a space to love my body and all of that. Another tip is, if you can, if this works for you, sleep naked. On the days that I am really challenged by my body, I sleep naked because it is very vulnerable, and it is telling my subconscious body that I'm completely allowed to be vulnerable in my body just as it is, and safe in a place like my bed, all curled up in blankets. And it's just a very physical reminder that I'm allowed to be vulnerable in my body. So that may or may not work for you. That's cool. It's just a thing that I notice. It is a big... I don't do it every day, but it's something that when I feel called to, it does help me. I would wrap this up by saying, take note of the things that you say about your body throughout the day, and just be the non-judgmental observer of the things that you say about your body. And if there's things you could replace those things that you say with, like myself, my hips. I got a little tiny cushion back here on my hips, and that's something that I've learned from cis society, that men aren't allowed to have hips, or masculine people aren't allowed to have hips, or whatever, or somehow that's like feminine or whatever. And you know, sometimes the way I look in certain shorts or whatever, I notice myself saying things about my hips towards myself, and it makes me feel bad. And I recognize, like just now when I was thinking about it, I was like, but they feel so soft. These are actually... That's fine. Boys are allowed to have hips. Like, why? They are so soft and squishy. Like, why can't I love this? Like, like, who told me I'm not allowed to love these squishy hips? They're so soft, and like, it's so silly to me. So there may be things about your body that you want to change. Like, for my junk down there, like, society has told me that I have to hate what's between my legs, but like, there's like 50% of the population that has similar junk to what I got down there, and it works fine for them. Why can't I be a boy that just happens to have something different down there? Why do I have to hate it? It works totally fine, and I'm good with it. So if there's things that you say about your body, just recognize if it's something someone else taught you to learn, the way that you have to feel about your body. And if there's another way you can replace it with, and another thing you could say instead that makes you feel better. It's all about feeling better. So if there's something you say about your body and there's something you would replace it with that would make you feel better, it's all about doing things like that. Those are just some quick tips that I can think of off the top of my head. My name is Ashton. Again, you can follow me on Instagram. That's the best way to connect, or leave a comment below. My Twitter, Facebook, all that is, my email is below. And until next time, stay awesome. Stay true to exactly who you are, and just stay awesome because you already are awesome. I love each and every single one of you. Enjoy the rest of your day, and just, yeah, just keep rocking.